This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Before we jump into this first Core Set 2021 draft that I've done and during this early access event, I want to remind everyone, first of all, that Wizards invited me to this event. They gave me a special client and account for doing this, so thanks to them for making me a part of that. It's really exciting to get to play this early. Second, I want to thank Card Kingdom for sponsoring my content. You can click on their link in the description below on YouTube or the logo below on Twitch, and if you do, it'll take you to their store using my referral link, and you can pre-order Core Set 2021 and all kinds of other stuff too. All right, let's get this started. I miss sports too, Cornball, but it looks like baseball is going to try to happen now, so that's cool. Okay, well, we got a pretty great rare. Basri's Lieutenant, you know, just a great card on his own, and usually he's going to be more than just on his own. Volcanic Geyser's pretty good. I've seen people who are higher on it than I am. I don't know if I want to first pick it, but it probably is the second best card in this pack either way. So yeah, let's go with the Lieutenant. He's great, puts counters on your stuff, gives you a counter payoff. So ideally, we'd like to be in green-white if we get him, but he's good even on his own. Even if we end up in red-white or white-blue or any number of other things, we'll be happy. Thank you for the follow, me72. Yeah, baseball is my favorite sport too, Bam. Okay, what do we got here? Ugh. Not a whole lot that I love. Might just be Valorous Steed. The Pteranodon is kind of a sneaky +1/+1 counter payoff because you can put a counter on it. And then it can attack, so yeah. I'm leaning towards Valorous Steed here. Transmogrify is a horrible rare. Archfiend's Vessel's cool, but hard to build around. Twinblade Assassins is relatively strong. I could consider taking the Assassins. It is the best card in this pack, but I don't think it's that much better than the Steed. Let's go with the Steed here. Ooh, man. So she's pretty great, but you kind of do have to be in the blue-green deck to make use of her. Another Volcanic Geyser. Dang. You have to end up with a decent amount of card draw. There's no point in running Joel Real. I'm leaning towards the Geyser this time. The Glide Master's not bad either, really. But I'm leaning towards the Geyser here. See what happens. Yeah. If I'd already taken, like, blue or green cards, I think I'd want Joel Real, but I think Geyser is more likely to make the cut and more likely to work out. Okay. So these are the guys, like, if we are red-white, our Signpost Uncommon can search up these boys, and that's cool. Dilophosaur is a ferocious payoff. We'll probably just take Hunter's Edge here. The Adept's nice, but it's tricky to make it work well. I think I'm just going to take the removal. It's also got a +1/+1 counter involved, so I think we're cool with that. Okay, well, Daybreak Charger is a really nice aggressive 2-drop. Another card that can help us go wide. Another Hunter's Edge, though. I'd probably just take that. Yeah. I like this removal spell. That's the Joel Real of Joel Real Centaur, and she actually already has a play card from Masks, I think, called Joel Real Empress of Beasts. So this is a reprint. Not a reprint, but a new printing of a character we met a long time ago. She was a spell shaper back then. I believe she could turn all your lands into creatures, was her thing. Okay, so here's another card that does stuff with +1/+1 counters. I really do want to try Angelic Ascension. It's a card that is... I don't think it's going to be as good as some people think it will be. People frequently think that the card like this will be amazing, like feel like a 2-mana 4/4 flyer, but it turns out it's harder to make it work out that way than you think. But I do think it's about as good as the Battalion, and it's a card I want to try out, so I'm going to go for it here. Okay. So, a couple of decent 1-drops here. I don't really want Portcullis Vine. The Brood is pretty nice. Don't love the Sanctum, but I could consider taking the Sanctum here, because what I'm giving up isn't that great. But I think I'll go for the Arsonist. Okay, so we have a third Hunter's Edge, which I think we just grab here. I mean, I like it more than the Steed. It's a good removal spell. I mean, it is a little narrow. It's a little clunky, but it does do stuff with counters, and I like that right now. So we're going to take it. Ace of Souls. I should be streaming more. Wow. Do I want a 4th Hunter's Edge? Why is everybody passing Hunter's Edge? What world are they living in? What was I going to say? Oh, I'll be back to streaming my normal schedule starting this weekend. Saturdays and Sundays, in the morning. So, Capture Sphere is pretty good. I actually like both these black cards. I don't think I want a 4th Hunter's Edge. What the hell? Let's do it. So right now, I think we're green-white. We definitely need to pick up some more creatures to fight with. But, and +1/+1 counter payoffs in general will already be pretty good in our deck. We have 5 cards that do stuff with them. So, our 2 red cards, the Geyser's pretty good. The Arsonist is just okay, so, but we'll keep in mind red in the back of our mind. Okay, I think I want this Pteranodon. I like that it is a +1/+1 counter payoff. It's good with Hunter's Edge. It's not technically a payoff, but like I said earlier, you can put a counter on it, and it can attack because it counts itself. So it's kind of an undercover +1/+1 counter payoff in that sense. So yeah. So I guess I'll take Fixing here. See if we pick up anything worth splashing. I do think Glide Master's pretty good to still be here. We'll take this Adept now over a land. Adept is another good place to put counters because it becomes better at attacking, and that means he'll be making more birds, or she'll be making more birds. They will. Yeah, given that we're only in pack 1, I feel pretty good about what we're doing. I don't normally play paper releases. Is your name Meme72 or Me72? That's the question. I like this guy a fair bit. Not that we're going to play him. I guess I'll take the red card, actually, because we do have a couple of red cards. But that zombie is going to be the kind of card that in the late game is, like, terrifying. So, that's, yeah. I don't hate this guy. I mean, I think he's probably better in red-white, but he might make the cut. Okay. Well, Chandra's Incinerator is pretty good, as is Silver Smoke Ghoul. I think these are both cards, and the Ghostlight. All 3 of those are cards you feel good about first picking. Unfortunately, none of them are in our colors. I don't love Sabertooth Mauler, even though it gets a counter. I think I might actually like the Swooper a little more. Giving flying to stuff and being a decent flyer itself is nice. I could speculate and take a red card, because I do have 3 playable red cards already. This does require some effort to build around to really be worth it. Otherwise, it's a Colossal Dreadmaw. That's another thing to keep in mind. Yeah, I think I'll take the Swooper here. Unfortunately, there are not enough goblins in this set for this guy to be worth it, which makes me sad. But yeah. Okay. This is another pretty underwhelming pack for us that has another good... So the Magmut goes really well with... well, we didn't take it, but the rare we just passed goes really well. Enforcer's not that good. I may just take the dog. I think I do. It's a fine card. Enforcer's not going to be very good in our deck. Mutt, I don't think you want a main board. And I think that Savior is better than the Shield Mate, so... So here's the red-white signpost and the black-white signpost, which are both pretty spicy. I think I'm just going to take a Daybreak Charger here. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it does seem right now like pivoting into red might have been best. We aren't seeing hardly any green, which is, I guess, not that surprising given how that first pack went. All right, so do I want Fungal Rebirth more than a Pegasus? That is a good question. Yeah, green does seem in trouble. I think Fungal Rebirth has a way higher ceiling than either of these, but it's also kind of overly situational, I think. I think I'm going to go with the Pegasus. Guile's not a bad thing either. Yeah, the Steed's worth looking at too, but we'll take the Pegasus. Okay, well here's some good white cards. Still no more green, but Hallowblade is very strong as an aggressive creature. Gaggle Master I like too. It's better in the flying deck, but I think we probably take the Hallowblade. It's kind of looking like we want to turn into a white-red aggro deck. Yeah. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We don't actually have that good of cards for the... Our red cards aren't really super aggressive or anything. 9 lives is not playable in limited, unfortunately. There's another Pteranodon here. I think I just grab him. I like it more than the Stalker. Yeah. Ooh, another Hallowblade. And a Feline Sovereign. What? I guess we don't have any cats right now, do we? No. We have a dog. I think we just take the Hallowblade here. Havoc Jester still being here makes me really feel like pivoting might have been the right call, but the Hallowblades are great. They're nice little aggressive creatures who are very hard to deal with in combat. Yeah, what we want to find are more ways to put counters on things. I think we want another Steed, probably more than we want the Chorister. Yeah. Okay. Well, if we end up pivoting into like a hardcore aggro deck, Burn Bright might actually be playable. The Ghost Light is definitely the best card left in this pack for most people. I don't want Life Goes On. I think I'll take Burn Bright. Okay, so another Shield Mate or a Mutt or a Cur. We'll take the Shield Mate here. Well, let's take the Mutt, actually. We already have a Shield Mate after all. That guy wheeled too. So this could help us splash, so I guess I'll grab it. Another Steed isn't too bad. Alright, I think we'd rather have Divine Strike. So we don't have nearly as many counters as I would like. Yeah, Hallowblade will feel a lot like a Danto Vanguard. It is best of one. Hey, look, this guy came back. Another counter card. Oh my god! Sometimes, you know... Oh, man. So here's the question. Is Terror of the Peaks so good that we just throw out our green? Because I think the answer is probably yes. I think we have to do it. He's that good. This card is just insane. So I would like to splash green because we don't have that much removal, but maybe we'll pick some up here. We definitely take the Terror here. Yeah. There's not that good of cards in here anyway. I mean, Swift Response is okay. Alright, so I think we just changed into a very different deck. Well, not that different, but different nonetheless. So this could help us splash. Oh, wait, we're not going to be base green, though. So Arsonist or Truffle Snout is what we're looking at. Or Rugged Highlands, which could help us splash Hunter's Edge. Another Geyser is attractive too. So I think we are playing these now. Not sold on the other stuff just yet, but maybe I should be. Another Geyser. Yeah, I do think it's the Geyser here. Okay, well, I was worried about removal. Here's a pretty good green card, by the way, but Terror of the Peaks is so much better that it doesn't matter. So we're going to take the Dragonfire here. We need the removal. Okay. Well, this isn't the pretty pack for us. Dryad's pretty good, but not really what we're looking for. I don't really want the Battlements all that much. Legion's Judgment and Shieldmate are both fine. Dryad might be good, but you kind of have to actually have green mana early. Yeah, Geyser's pretty sweet. It is highly inefficient, but it is pretty sweet. Take the Judgment there. Okay. Well, this big boy is here. I don't think we have any sacrifice things going on, but it's a large creature. The question is whether I'd just rather have another steed or a big creature. A creature that has 5 power across 2 bodies, or a creature that is bigger. We'll diversify things here and take a Jester. Okay, well, this Pride Malkin's annoying. We're trying so hard for +1/+1 counter things, you know, but... well, we did get a sacrifice thing, so we could take it. And I guess I will. Man, the black is flowing too. Here, look, another Hunter's Edge. Apparently nobody wants to play Hunter's Edge. I'm going to take Blossoming Sands. Grasp of Darkness still being here is pretty crazy too. Another Adept is intriguing. I think it's more intriguing than another Arsonist is. Okay. I'm gonna just grab that. We can have all the Valorous Steeds we want. Okay, here's some more fixing. I think I'll be able to get away with one Hunter's Edge at least, if I want to. Another Pteranodon. Feels like red-green might have been the way to go, but, you know, what are you gonna do? This draft seemed like it had a lot of things open. It was weird, for sure. Like, both the Sage and the Truffle Snout are very playable cards. But yeah, I think when you get Terror of the Peaks, you got to do what you got to do, you know? I mean, that's kind of what we ended up with there is... we didn't really end up with that many ways to make counters in the end, which is sad. So Bosby's Lieutenant will be good, but not great, most likely. Same thing with the Falconer Adepts will be a little tricky sometimes, I think. But yeah, so I think... Okay, you guys go away, please. And definitely... I think we play one Hunter's Edge here, but just one, sadly. I think we need the removal enough, and it's another counter for when that matters. We do need to run 17 lands in this thing. Probably not running Defiant Strike or Shield Mate. Why Thornwood Falls, good call. That's not what I meant to put in. Meant to put in Blossoming Sands. Okay. So 13, 15. Yeah, alright. So lands. Okay, so we can run one more thing. What do we want it to be? We can go wide enough that maybe Burn Bright's kind of interesting. Same with Destructive Tampering. Like, these are both pretty nice for aggro decks. Second Edge. I feel nervous about playing a second Edge with only 2 green sources of mana. I don't think I can bring myself to do it. Boker Tov, Servant of Evil. Yeah, I mean, I could play random 3-drop guy, who's not bad. I mean, all these cards are kind of in the same... They're all like Ds, you know? Like, the Brute's not, but we're not a deck that wants him. Yeah, I may just go with a 3-mana 4/2. I think that's where I'm headed. Yeah, alright. So that was a weird draft because we got a really good pack one, pick one, and we got a huge bomb, like maybe the biggest bomb in the set in Terror of the Peaks. But ooh, so we can do 1-drop into Angelic Ascension. I might just go for that because it seems pretty sweet. Alright, well, now that we can just curve out, I'm probably just going to do that. I think that's the safer move. But yeah, I don't think our draft actually went that well, is the weird thing. Despite, getting some powerful cards. Like, I don't really feel like I ended up drafting what I should have drafted, basically. I think we hold on to the Ascension until we can get a card of value out of it, one way or another. Yeah, or in response to removal. Those are all good options. We can actually protect it with our Selfless Savior, funnily enough. Alright, so here we go. So now, we can't really get 2 for 1, is the good news. Here we go. We're having a pretty awesome aggro start here. So we have lethal in the air unless they do something. That counts as doing something. They can kill my Gale Swooper. I wonder if they have Ugin. It worries me a little that they might. Alright, so... I think we play an Adept here. They don't have enough mana for Ugin yet, but they're not that far from it. Alright, it looks like we got him. I guess they could have something. Ah, they do. So, they could play Ugin now, if they have a land. Okay. Luckily, they don't. Well, Angelic Ascension worked pretty well there. You know, Servant of Evil, last time Ugin was in Standard, he didn't actually get played that much. There wasn't enough fast mana. He was played, but not like he is in Modern, you know. It'll be interesting to see if there's enough fast mana for it. Okay. This isn't nearly as good as our last hand, but I think we're being greedy if we mulligan this one. Draft start tomorrow, Authority. Oh. This hand just got a lot better because we have one drop into Daybreak Charger. That's pretty sweet. This is why I think an aggro deck is real, like things like this. I don't even think, because we were doing something else the first two packs, we don't have anywhere near like the optimal aggro deck. Like we have way too high of a curve. We're kind of a mid-rangey deck, but can curve out sort of like an aggro deck sometimes. Like if we had been in red-white the whole time, I think our curve would probably top out at like 4, and we'd be a different kind of deck. Luckily, I mean, unfortunately, we don't have a 3-drop here, but... Oh, that's pretty annoying. But at the same time, I do want to get that thing out of the air. So I think we trade, ping them. Yeah, you're probably right, Servant. I mean, it does look... There's also not really an aggro deck to keep decks like that honest in the meta. So Ugin could be a problem. I just hope he's not, I guess. Like, this deck has way too many 5-drops if we were like a legit aggro deck. So, is it worth attacking here just to get a 1-1? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to play the big boy. Probably gonna die, but that's okay. I think making them use their turn to kill Havoc Jester is fine by me. Or not. I'm not as okay with that. That card's sweet. It doesn't seem like it's that exciting, but it's exciting. I'm excited. Especially in the blue-green deck where it'll, like, trigger things 3 times. Absurdly. Okay. Now is it worth getting the 1/1? I think it might be. I could also make it indestructible. I kind of like that plan. Yeah, let's make it indestructible. And do 1 to the Skeleton Archer. I'm not gonna lie, I overlooked the fact that that was gonna combo that way. That was mostly luck. I overlooked, you know, my brain wasn't thinking about that, but it worked out pretty well. They have so many cards in their hand. Just claim I meant to do it. Hey, at least I noticed I could do it when it was happening. I mean, who wouldn't think about playing it off for a second, you know? You know, if they have Cryptic Command ++, I'm not that worried because they don't have a creature to copy. Okay. I don't think that Masticore is actually that good. Like, it's fine, but... I wish they'd had this in War of the Spark, though. This would have been like a B in War of the Spark. Which is pretty crazy. They might have Frost Breath. I could see that being what's going to happen here. Frost Breath would be pretty gross. I'd still attack with everything I'm allowed to attack with. Okay, send them all in. So you have to block... Yeah, so you go to 1. Alright, let's go a little wider now. Hold on to this card to bluff because playing it doesn't do anything for me. I don't think it's that good of a resilient threat. Like, I'd rather have the 2-mana 3/1 where you discard a card to make it indestructible than I would have to pay 3 every time to make it indestructible. The opponent could recover. There is the 1 card that gives -2/-2. I guess that wouldn't save them either because the Steed and the Jester would survive. We don't have the mana for that, but okay. So they might have the command now. But it still isn't going to save them, I don't think. Man, I'm glad I saw that indestructible play. I wasn't just planning on saving my creature and not killing their Skeleton Archer. Nah, that wasn't the plan. Even the command wouldn't have saved them there. They would have gotten 1 more body, bounced one of my creatures, drawn a card. That card's really good, and I do think it's in the lower range of being a bomb, as you know, if you saw my set review. But if you have 1 creature in play in that kind of thing, it's pretty gross. you generally need more than that. Ooh. So, this is a weird hand. So the early Hallow Blade can do some serious work on its own, but 2 lands, one of our only green card, no green mana. Nothing that actually costs 3. This is a tricky hand. I think I might want to mulligan. I do have both of my colors. Managed to unplug my headphones. There we go. Yeah, I think we have to mulligan this. It's just so... bleh. If I was on the draw, I don't think I would, but... Alright, this is more reasonable. We still have the same kind of problem. But, I think I'll bottom the Swooper. Hey, there's new music. I think it's music. New music, that is. Obviously, it is. Yeah, is Edge even worth splashing? It's a good question. Well, we have our Angelic Ascension again. If this turns into a creature, we'll Dragon Fire it, probably. Or... gross. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna have to kill that. They're probably just going to take this. I'm not going to be able to kill it yet. But... okay. So... we're actually going to do the one to them. And then... yeah, Sure Strike would be nice in this deck for sure. It's such a sweet trick. Man, we have like 17 creatures in this deck. Where are they hiding? This is when Angelic Ascension feels real bad. So I probably Geyser, probably the Anima rather than the Riddle form. Yeah, we should probably cut Hunter's Edge. I kind of overlooked the fact that we have 2 Geysers and a Scorching Dragonfire. I mean, it's not ideal removal-wise, but... okay, so they're going for this. So I think we'd rather kill the Anima because it's always a creature. Oh, what? Oh, I meant to put X equals 3. Alright. Yeah, we're in trouble. We need to hit a creature. And not a land. But what are you gonna do, you know? Okay, okay. So we're probably going to end up exiling our own Hallowblade and with Angelic Ascension, and then killing their Riddle form, probably. I held onto the land just in case they try to do something in response to kill the Hallowblade. Yeah, I'd take 1. I don't think it's worth Angelic Ascensioning there. Ooh. That's not good. That is not good. I think we're losing this one. We flooded a little too much. Thanks for the sub, Zangief. If you're a sub, you have a special flood emoji. Except that's not how you do it. I forgot what the code is. Okay, so... Okay. I think there's an H. Yeah, that's what I left out. Alright, so... Let this happen. And then they're going to try to meteorite my Hallow Blade. The question is whether I'd rather save my Hallow Blade and then Angelic Ascension to kill the Riddle form. That probably is better. Yeah. That probably gives us the best chance of finding our way out of this. They may do 2 to me, actually. There's a good chance they do 2 to me, in fact. Alright. So... we go to 3. Hey, I think he might be too late. As much of a bomb as he is, I think he might be too late. When you're at 3, doesn't feel so good. I could have blocked the 5/5, but I wouldn't have killed anything. I could have blocked and then exiled to get a 4/4, but I think killing the Riddle form was worth it. Oh yeah, that'll get pretty close to doing it. Yeah, I have to block the Jester now. And that'll do it. Alright, I think cutting Hunter's Edge is probably the right move. Feels unnecessary. I mean, you know, granted, it would have been pretty good there, but... But yeah. So, is Burn Bright what we want? Or Thrill of Possibility. It's always a pretty nice last card, but I do think Burn Bright's going to be good in this deck enough that I'm going to take it. We have token makers and stuff, so... It definitely wouldn't have helped that game. That's the downside. Sometimes it's horrible. I guess it would have helped a little if I could Angelic Ascension and Burn Bright. I would have killed the Havoc Jester, but... Okay, this is a pretty good hand. We don't quite curve out because we got 2 5s, but maybe we'll draw a 3. Drawing a 3 would be cool. What would have helped that game was drawing our freaking dragon like a turn earlier, 2 turns earlier. Alright, so I think we play the Hallow Blade. We do now have something to play on turn 3. I like that. What do I discard if they try to kill my Hallow Blade? The question. Probably a Valorous Steed now is the answer. So we do need to draw more lands this time. More lands would be good. Dopey Dragon. We're just barely starting out on M21 here. We're 2-1 so far, though, in this first draft. That's not a land. However, I don't hate it. I'm a little worried that they'll have the card to make this fly, and if they do, things are going to get bad for us, I think. Alright, so let's play another Hallowblade. Just keep picking away at them. Okay, well, something else we can play at least. Surely they have something here, right? Like what's going on? Alright, so we'll make this indestructible by discarding a Valorous Steed. Okay, well, that just saves your creature, so I'm cool with it. Does not kill my creature. Rewind, yeah, that would have been fun. Oh. That's less fun. Oh, come on. Our mana problems are frustrating. Alright, so I think we still attack with everything. This does open up the door for Library Larcenist, but I think I'm okay with that. Okay, yeah, especially if we kill the Larcenist. So here's the options. Now, I think we want to hold on to the Hallowblade and just let this die, but Trample's pretty tempting when your opponent's at 3. I can sack the blade, but the question is whether it's better to hold on to the indestructible creature, or just a 3/2. Yeah, I guess I'll sack the blade. I think you guys are probably right. It puts them in a pretty bad place, but the fact that we can't hit that 4th land is kind of a nightmare. Okay. Well, we're going to drop them to 1 here. And we can kill them. Oh, no, we can't. We still wouldn't be able to kill them. But we'd like to hit that 4th land. Oh, my God. This is kind of a nightmare. I think we still do it. I mean... All right. So, I think we probably lose our steed here. Yeah, we had Flood pretty bad one game, and now we are having the opposite problem. It happens. It's part of the game. We win now if we hit our 4th land, most likely. Depends what they have in their hand, of course, but... So let's hit that 4th land and win. Let's do it. Can we hit that 4th land, please? We did it. Now let's see if it works the way we want it to. Okay. Whew! We got there. It's only 3, I think, Ratchet. It only counts the terror that's being targeted. Anytime a card has its card name on it, unless it says specifically something about card named, it basically says this card. So. The only exception to that is when something says, for each card named XYZ, which there are cards that say that, but... This is a good hand. Hallowblade has been pretty sweet. Ooh. So we'll play our Hallowblade again early. You know, the good news, we were like screwed that last game, but we could at least turn all those cards trapped in our hands into Hallowblade not dying, which effectively translated to more damage. So play Hobble Fiend. Probably going to put the counter on Hallowblade. Okay, well, we have a pretty sweet combo here. I may hold off on the Lieutenant here and just eat the Arsonist, do 1 to this, and hit them for 6. Yeah. I mean, it is not... I won't be using all my mana if that's what I decide to do, and that is sometimes annoying. I could also just play the Lieutenant, put the counter here, and attack with everything. I think that might just be better. I think it is better. I didn't have the mana up to sack, did I? Oh, maybe I did. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna block that. Well, then I definitely should have sacked the Arsonist. That was a dumb mistake. Okay. Well. I think I just attack with everything again. So our Geyser can get pretty close to finishing them off next turn. Actually can finish them off, even if we don't draw a land or anything. Oh, this is Nikolai Bolas. Pretty sure he does limited content too. Double Geyser. Alright, so let's attack. See if we can get them... Like, if they use up their mana or something like that, we'll be pretty happy. Because then we know our Geyser will resolve. So... Okay. Geyser does kill, but I didn't have anything to lose in attacking. And if they'd used up their mana, like say they had a counterspell or something, or a way to gain life, I thought trying to make them use their mana was worth it. Okay, this is pretty good. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop. This deck has proved, I mean, you know, like I said, I didn't think it was going to be, like, crazy aggressive because we switched what we were doing mid-draft, but so far it's performed more aggressive than I expected. More aggressively than I expected, I should say. You might be dead, my man, but it's for a worthy cause, you know? Eat a removal spell so somebody else doesn't have to. Uh-oh. Do we have somebody who forced the Sanctum deck? That might get kind of scary. But also really cool. Hats off to them if they did it, you know? Especially if they have the Black Sanctum, which is a nightmare for our deck. We don't want people gaining life at all. And gaining 2 life a turn and draining us for 2 every turn is nasty. Okay, so we are actually, like, doing what we want to here. Because this has Death Touch, I don't really see a reason to play my Lieutenant. These both trade with it anyway, so I'm just going to attack. If they want to block, I'm cool with that. Yeah. So now the question is, do I play my Lieutenant and put a counter here, or play Falcon or Adept? I'm leaning towards the Adept. I can put a counter on it next turn to maybe enable some shenanigans. Yeah, that's not good. Though, when they don't have a board state at all, it's a little less frightening. Yeah, so we're gonna put the counter on our Adept here. And I can sack the counter that gets made to Hobble Fiend. So that seems pretty good. They may have removal, though. They do. I can do this in response, at least. The keyword soup of the set is Baneslayer Angel, I think. Okay. So, I think we play another... It's probably better to go wide here than it is to do anything else. I think I'm just going to attack. Let them trade their Dilophosaur. Which means I'm gonna eat it. My Lieutenant, that is. Play another Adept. Well, might as well just take it, I think. Okay. Them gaining life is not good, but... I'm pretty hopeful we can put it into it. Hi, Bonham. Bonham. What field are you in academia? So, they can give their whole board lifelink right now still, and that's less than ideal, to say the least. I don't think I actually do have lethal because they can give their whole board lifelink and gain 3, 5, 6. If I attack them, they can block 3 creatures and take 3. So it's not quite getting the job done yet. But we're not that far away from getting the job done. And we can still attack for 1. So. But yeah, shooting veto is a good idea. That was stupid of me. It is an instant, so I can still do it. They can still give lifelink to their whole board. And that's the real problem. So I don't think shooting veto yet is what we want to do. I think we'll do it at the end of their turn. Which means we have to not play anything, but that's okay. I guess I could just shoot it now. Shooting it now makes a lot more sense, actually. Because if I wait until the end of their turn, they can gain life. Yeah, that should do it. So lethal gets through here no matter what. No reason to sacrifice stuff and things like that. Because, yeah, 2, 3, 5 gets through, plus the trample. Yeah, this draft, on the draw, I think this is actually keepable. It's a decent chance we hit a mountain or more white cards. So yeah, I think we can keep it. What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say, but you know, it's whatever. This deck has a lot of indestructibility going on. Interesting, interesting. I think we'll do this for now. I think we'll find another opening to wreak havoc, you know, with the Ascension at some point. I'd probably discard Burn Bright if they try to kill one of my guys. I mean, that's basically the plan. There it is. Well, yeah, so let's attack with our Hallow Blade here. Oh, but yeah, what I was saying, I remember now, is I think there's a reasonable chance that aggro decks are very real in this format, especially because we didn't end up with the most aggressive one we could have ended up with. I mean, I think we definitely ended up with an aggressive one, but... Okay, so where are these counters going to go? I think that's when we make a decision about what we want to do this turn. Whether I want to kill something outright with Dragonfire, or plan on using Angelic Ascension instead. I think Angelic Ascension's going to be pretty good here. Kill the... do I want to kill the Chorister or the Death Touch creature? I don't know. We'll make a decision when they attack us. It doesn't have Death Touch all the time. It only has it if they pay 1 black, and they haven't. But I can kill it with Scorching Dragonfire. This can get big. Yeah, that's the thing. They're a black-white life gain deck, too, so maybe taking away the life gain is what we want to do. But no matter what I do, I can kill the other thing with Scorching Dragonfire, so... yeah, we'll block this. Alright. So... is it going to be better here to play my Adept or just leave up Scorching Dragonfire? I think I leave up the fire. Yeah, so far, you know, with our anecdotal evidence, I'd say the Ascension feels more like a B- than the C I gave it, but, you know, it's hard to say where things will end up. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but okay. It is still a 2-for-1. Oh, 2-for-2, actually, but... alright, so... who do I want to kill more? Probably the Chorister, just because it can get bigger later. Okay, so... do I just leave my Hallowblade back now? Because it's not a race I can win if I keep attacking. I think I can, if I play the Adept though, yeah. Works for me. Burn Bright can ultimately get us there if we need it. It would be nice to get our dragon and be able to play it. Yeah, Geyser can hit the creature. Alright. Geyser can hit the creature. I just don't want to do it yet. Right now. Doesn't seem ideal. Probably should have held on to that land. That was stupid. Got to get used to that with the Hallowblades. Yeah, so we're going to end our turn here. Got lots of options. Well, that sucks. I can, however, use Burn Bright to kill the Acolyte with their token. I think that seems like pretty good because we're not going to go wide enough. You know, we don't have a good enough board state right now to like ever have Burn Bright be good. So. Whereas the Geyser will have more uses. Man. We do have another Hallowblade, so we may as well hold on to our lands, although it does kind of run counter to our Geyser, but... you know. Oh, come on. Well, well, well. Probably gonna have to Geyser the Chorister. See what happens, though. Yeah, so... we will Geyser the Chorister. Come on, dragon. Okay, well, I'll take it. So, once they start killing things is when these caged zombies are going to be bad. Like, if they can trigger the Morbid here, that is nasty stuff. So... yeah, it's pretty gross. We're just going to take it, though. Alright, so... I'm going to go pretty aggressive here. Yeah, they're going to block that. 9. Yeah, I guess we play... We do have another geyser, so... This drops us to 3. Ouch. Yeah. Well... Both games we lost, we flooded pretty terribly. I would really like to get our dragon. That'd be cool. I think it'd be cool. I think it's a knee-jerk reaction to go to 16 just because you flood a couple times, because you flood all the time, even if you have 15 or 16 lands. And I think our curve is high enough that we want 17. Yeah, we have a lot of 5-drops. That is not a good hand. This is a better one. Also not very good. I guess we're going to send back a land. Burn Bright's not great, but at least it's not a land, I guess. Ugh. Yeah, we've also been mana screwed once, so... It's not looking great. We need that dragon to show up. Okay. So, they're also an aggro deck, obviously enough. Which may not bode well for us. They're almost certainly a faster aggro deck than we are, and more of a deck that was planning on being aggro all along. So, I actually like blocking here a little bit, because it makes them spend the mana. I have the Geyser, I have the Jester. I think I can get away with blocking here. We're not going to block. We do have Hobble Fiend plus Havoc Jester. Well, I think we attack with both. If they decide to, like, block and pump their Cur, I can kill it with Volcanic Geyser. I can't do anything about that, though, unfortunately. Makes me wish I'd played the Hobble Fiend in my first main phase. I tell you what. Probably should have. It's gonna be real disappointing if we never see our dragon. Our lieutenant has done some work, at least. I mean, I guess we've seen our dragon, but we had him once stuck in our hand the whole game. In the other game, we cast him when we were so far behind it didn't matter. And you have to be really far behind for something like that not to matter. All right. Oh, God. That land situation is rough. I probably wouldn't have stuck around in red if we didn't get so many good red playables. I'm trying to do some math here. There's no way they just take it if I attack here, right? Because if they did, I could burn bright, do 9 to them, and then kill them next turn with my geyser. But that's not going to happen, right? No, because, I mean, they can just block with the steed. I could attack them for 3 here, though, and try to get them to... I think our best shot here is to stay aggressive and try to kill them with Burn Bright and Geyser, potentially. I think that's our best bet. I forgot about vigilance. Yeah, I think we're losing this one. I'm actually leaning towards Hobble Fiend here. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. I think we want to kill these two. So I could Burn Bright here. Or Geyser. No, Geyser won't do anything. I could Burn Bright here for more damage. If I Burn Bright here, 3, 5, 7... It is tempting to Burn Bright and sack. I would wipe out all 3 of these creatures. I would also go down a bunch of cards. Well, not really. I think maybe that is our best bet. Well, yeah, the Geyser kills the Unicorn, but my Hobble Fiend will still be dead, is the point. Using Burn Bright is better because it's less flexible. It can only do one thing. Volcanic Geyser I could use as removal later if I need to, or point at their head if I need to. So I think... No, I can't save the Fiend. I'm not trying to save the Fiend. But I think going... Burn Bright... Sack is our best attempt here. If they have anything, we're dead. But if they don't have anything, we've got a shot. Nice. Okay. Okay. So we basically have to block. And we will. Damn it. Ugh. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I I think we're going to take this 5, at least initially. See if they have Burn Bright. They may have Geyser to finish us. Oh my god. Okay. Well, the flood has been real. I have to use the Geyser now on... Yeah, on the Lieutenant. Just to be safe, you know, we're gonna... Do they have Force of Resistance? Oh. Well, that was frustrating. I think the draft went pretty well overall. I think, you know, aggro seems legit. It's just annoying that we flooded out twice. The game where we got mana screwed, we still won. It's harder to win games where you flood out with an aggro deck, so maybe I should have gone to 16 lands, I guess. Maybe that's the case. Definitely something to keep in mind going forward. We did have a bunch of 5s, including the Scary Dragon. That is basically a 60% win percentage, yeah.